What is going on, everybody? I'm running a little bit late tonight. About 16 minutes late. I say tonight, but it's really afternoon. But hey, I had to do a little bit more experimenting with doing a little bit more advertising or self-promoting the stream. And then yeah, I had some camera issues. For some odd reason, my camera lately has been, I guess it's not, I don't know if it's the camera or what exactly it is, but what happens is my cam freezes on me on OBS and it just doesn't want to work after that. Also, I needed to figure out how to, I was going to do that too, but my nap ran long too. It was just one of those days. Long day, I guess you could say. But I was going to start recording a separate video instead of having to download the VOD off of Twitch, which I'm going to have to do that after this. I'll figure out how to do that, and we'll go ahead and start downloading or recording a video and see what would be Friday, how that works. Today we're going to be getting into our 100 devs CSS class 4. If you were here with me on Monday, we did class 3 and did some more HTML. Did 3 different projects in HTML last Friday there. It was fun. It was interesting. Learned a lot of stuff. Now CSS is going to be a whole new ball game. The cascading style sheet. I am going to be working on that. Let's see, what do we have to do? We have, let's see, technically 3. So we have 2 labs and 1 homework to do, which I'm going to try to get through today during this streaming session as best as I can. But we'll see what we can do with the time allowed. Have the in-laws coming over for dinner tonight, so we're going to go ahead and another reason why I'm late. Just get started into it and see what we think. See how much CSS we can, what Leon says is vomit all over the place. See how much code we can vomit onto our VS Code here. So let's go ahead and go to our screen over here. We do have Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, please do so. We'll go ahead and reset that and just go to Google just in case we need it, because it's always good to have up. All right, so we have our CSS. What I did was went ahead and I figured out why my live wasn't working. Did I figure that out last time we were live? I don't remember. But live works now. I know Leon says don't use live. Get used to saving, refreshing, saving, refreshing. But I'm going to use a cheat code. But let's go ahead and do this. All right, so this is going to be an external CSS link is right here. So this is how we link our style sheet to our HTML. All right. So now let's go ahead and start working through the problems here now. You see on H1, see, make this text blue underlined and then a gold background. So that's what he wants for this. So H1 blue underlined and a gold black background. I know what he did. Let's do this. You know, it made it a little bit easier for him, and I like the way he thought about it. Let's go ahead and take at least this. I'll go ahead and copy it. Still got to do our typing practice. Still got to knock all that out. Now let's go ahead and delete our footer. Essentially, we're going to delete all this code. Well, at least this portion of it. Like the section and everything like that. We don't need that. And we can go ahead and just get all this aligned. And then we're going to go ahead and comment this out. Comment. I like doing that. I hold my shift a little bit too long when I don't need to, right? All right, so that might make it a little bit easier for us to write our code. All right, so we want to make this line. So the H1 we want to make blue. So let's go ahead and try to practice our what would it be called? Our knowledge of what things are called, the proper names of them. So this is going to be our selector is going to be H1. I don't want that commented out. Let's do it down here. Let's do it down here. So H1 still commented it out. Why are you still commenting it out? I don't want you commented. H1. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let's figure out why that could be the reason. I don't have any closing. All right. Could that be the reason? And that was the reason. All right. So I didn't need all this. I don't even need to take my time to do this, but guess what? I'm doing it. And I could, let's just leave it like that. All right. So we got our selector of H1. And we want it to be blue. So we're going to go color. And we want blue. So there we go. Let's see, underline. So we're going to go ahead and do what would text declaration text align. Nope, wouldn't be that. So let's go to font. Text underline. So is text. But what is text underline position? Let's figure that out. Go ahead and save that. that did not underline my stuff. Underline position, so it's something completely else. I know what I'm messing up here. TEXT. Is it declaration? And then go line through, underline. There you go. So text declaration, then underline. And now what else we got? We need and have a background of gold, right? All right. So let's go ahead and bring up. Try to keep her colors above everything. So we're going to go ahead and go to background color. And we want gold. There we go. Save that. There we go. We got the blue text. We got background of gold. And we have it underlined. Awesome. Go ahead and bring this up. So our next one on the chopping block is going to be our selector of a H2. I say make this text purple, bolded, 25 pixels, and have a orange border. Okay. So we want our color to be purple. So and purple. Need bold. So text declaration. Do you believe? Underline. I'll save. Well, no, he didn't want to underline, did he? No, he wants it bold. Nope, so that's not it. Let's finish it out. Bold. Font. I think that would be underneath font, wouldn't it? Yeah. Would it be fonts family? No, that's not going to be font family. You're right. Font. Size, weight, style. Style. Not even a style. Even though wouldn't bold be a style? The good thing is eventually I will be able to know exactly where it needs to be, right? We did. Let's do weight. No, there's bold. And he wants bolded, so it's weight. Font weight is where you get bold. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and reference his video. Yo, Harris, what's good? Thank you for reminding me to turn on your music, man. Popped up. What do we want today? We want some hip hop. Yeah, we'll do some hip hop. All right, so let's go ahead and reference his video. Playlist.
They have.
And we are on 4.
And have a great background. Some actually do height. Some actually use fonts. And so I'm going to give you all 4 minutes. 4 minutes on the clock. And then we're going to go over it together. So 4 minutes on the clock. I'll bring up some tunes. I won't share anything important. I'm just going to answer your questions as you're working on this. And then we'll a light purple background. What did y'all use for light purple? What did y'all use for light?
See, he likes RGB, so not surprised he's doing that stuff. These are heights, backgrounds, purple. Get that piece of text out of my way. So declaration underlined, font size would be that. So this is going to be font size gray. So I do wonder if it would still be underneath text declaration. I don't think it is, right? We tried that. Dotted, doubled, line, none, overline, slide, underline, heavy. So it's not going to be that. Let's go ahead and go to the next step without having to look through his stuff. What of course he always recommends is how to make text bold CSS. MDN. How do you make text bold? MDN. Thank you. Cascading font weight. Okay, well that's not what I'm trying to do, right? So I did do that. Why? What am I messing with? It's underneath font weight, normal, bold. Font weight, bold. But it didn't show up for me. That was why I was like freaking out for a minute? Okay. And we want size. Actually, he wants an orange background, so let's go ahead and... I like having the background up front, like above everything. Why? I don't know. Okay. So you want your background color. What do you want? You want orange, text purple, background orange. And then we need a text size, font size of 20 pixels. Of 25 pixels. All right, so Go ahead and save that. And there we go. Next one on the chopping block. A paragraph. Selector. Alright, so let's go ahead and make this section width of 50, height of 200, background of gray, and border of black, and the paragraph white. So let's go ahead and knock out our background of gray. There we go. Gray. The border of black. Paragraph text white. Go ahead and get our text color in there, our font color, or just color. Sorry. White. There we go. So we got our color white. All right, so he wants to make the section width sections. So this is probably because make this section width of 50. So this is a little bit more into it, and this is why I probably shouldn't have deleted that stuff. So section. Let's go ahead and delete this stuff here. I could have left it, but we want a section. The section is what we were looking for. Not just the paragraph. Section of 50. All right. So width. Wants 50%. Height of 200. All right. Pixels. Background of gray, so I'll go ahead and go background color again. I hear my daughter talking in the background. So amazing having a kid sometimes, watching them grow up. All right, so background color of gray. Border of black. Border color probably. Top color, let's see, border color. What was next thing? And the paragraph text white. All right, let's look at that. So we have the selector of section. And this is going to be our declaration box. No, declaration. Not a box. I keep saying square box. I think it's box. Declaration box. This is a, or no, this is a rule. Decoration box. Declaration. This is a selector. I keep forgetting the name of these two. And I have not used Anki yet, which I need to start doing. I just haven't really had time to make the flashcards yet. You know? And I know what you're saying. You should just make it while you're watching the video. But normally I'm on my phone inside of my delivery truck waiting for my Houston guy to show up so I can get my load for the day. Only on Tuesdays and Thursdays I get to watch them at the house, or on the computer, that is. And normally what I do is I actually try to watch it in the truck, and then I start, when it starts to get to like follow alongs and stuff like that, then I stop it and come over here. Alright, so make this footer have a black background with a light green border, and this text 20 pixels white plus a font family of Roboto. Hello, Mr. Gato, Mr. Oh yeah, I forgot he got a little thing too, huh? Okay, so we're gonna be the selection is gonna be footer, right? He wants this to be selected. Go away, thank you. So we want the footer. Let's go ahead and do our color real quick. Let's see, have a black background. So background of black. Background color. Black. Okay. Let's see, with a light green border. So how did we do that again? We went border color. Color, and we want a light green. There we go. All right. Border color of light green, and and this text 20 whites plus a okay, so let's go ahead and do our whites. So we're just going to go ahead and put in a color, make it white. All right. So we got our colors. So black background, check. Light green, check. White text, check. All right. Make this footer have a black background with a light green border, and the text size. All right. Font size. Would font size be Exact same thing as text size. Text size adjust, text align, text transform. Don't think so, so let's go to font. And we want 20 pixels. Make this footer have black, light green, size 20, font family. So we're gonna go font family. He wants Roboto. Mr. Roboto. But I don't think that's how he wants us to do it for Roboto. So let's go ahead and open up Google. On a font. Google Fonts. And he's looking for Roboto. And let's go ahead and just click go 300. Did I clicked it? No, of course not. All right, let's go 300 and 400. And we're going to go ahead and copy this link. Come back over here. We're going to place this above or inside of our head and above the link style sheet link. Use this cheat code without using Spotlight. No. File save. A file save. Command save. Alright. Back to our CSS. And then we're going to go ahead and copy this link down here. We're just going to go ahead and replace this right there. We're going to go ahead and go back to our page and save. And there we go. All right, so that one is done. Yay. Let's go ahead and leave it just like that. Make sure we'll go over it real quick. You know what? It's going to be bugging me. So let's go through real quick active recall, because why not? Yes, yes, yes. There we go. Read more. Golden rule. Get closer to the CSS portion.
Cool.
Inline.
Where does our CSS go, chat? Where does our CSS go? And I know slow mode is on, so you can't always like follow up right away.
I think it's CSS breakdown.
Cool. Talked about how this
The
whole thing
selector
is called a rule. A rule is
our whole thing is rule.
Declaration block.
So a rule.
Declaration blocks are broken down into declarations,
block.
properties, and values. So let's play
property and value
favorite game and say what
right.
part of CSS is this. So, what is this whole thing called?
A rule.
We'll use other best practices, of course. We'll do things like MVC. Yeah, we'll get to that way down the line. Yeah, the whole thing is a rule. A rule is broken down into two things, but what is this thing? What's that?
Shit, I just said it too.
Get the pre-guessers a little off their mark there. Yeah, it's a property.
Property.
How about this? Yeah, uncircle the other one though. How about that? What's that? A declaration. Nice. It's a declaration. Remember, the whole thing is a declaration.
Declaration.
We had the property on the left hand side.
Declaration box. Selector.
Yep, that's our selector. Nice, our selector. And then how about this?
These are the ones I keep forgetting.
It's our value. Nice.
Value.
Nice. How about this?
Declaration box or square or whatever you said.
Yep, so declaration block. Nice.
Block.
Nice.
I keep messing that one up too.
Cool. And then how about this?
Semicolon. All right, let's do that again.
Yep. Is called a rule. A rule is broken down into a selector and a declaration block. And then declaration blocks are broken down into declarations, properties, and values. So let's play.
Stop right here. No, go back. Go back one. So, selector. All right, this is going to be that selector. The whole thing is a rule. This right here is a declaration block. This whole thing here is a declaration. This is called a value, and this is called a something.
And then
it's called a something.
Declarations, properties, and values. So let's play
property. So property. Select. So rule. Selector. Declaration. Block. 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 Declaration block. Declaration block. Okay. So, this whole thing is a rule. This is a selector. This is a declaration block. This is a declaration. This is a selector. No, not a selector, but a
try to get the pre-guessers a little off their mark there. Yeah, it's a property.
Property. Value. Property. Value. Property. Value.
How about,
all right, cool. Let's go ahead and move on. Move on to the next fun stuff. All right, so we got this done here. Go ahead and close basic. We'll jump into the relation. Redo that. Okay, and we're gonna go live with this guy. Close you, bring you to the front. All right. So this one, he doesn't have any instruction, does he? I think he kind of just went over this in class. So we might not be doing this one because if I don't know what to do for him, then I guess we won't do it. Let's actually, I want to do it. Let's see where he started in here in the video and kind of go through it with him. Because practice makes perfect, and I'd rather keep practicing, even though he doesn't have anything in here like for us to say to do. I kind of want to follow along with him a little bit. So this might be something he just did in class. Actually, I know he did this in class. So now we just need to find it. Review, breakdown. Do some sample styles, color, font family. Let's code some basic CSS. Let's see if that's where we need to be.
Here. And
hey, what's going on?
Look at some basic CSS.
No, I don't want to become famous by a cheat code from your company. But I appreciate you stopping by and advertising that. And unfortunately, because you advertise that, you know, I mean, do you have people actually buy this stuff? On a serious note? I mean, you're gonna have a little bit of time to, like, actually tell me. Do you have people buy your stuff? Why learn how to ban you? Let's get that shit out of here, man. Come on. We're trying to learn. We're trying to learn CSS. I don't need to become famous. I'm gonna become famous coder. Coder dyslexic, that is. Appreciate you stopping by. Sorry for the ban. You're like my second person I've ever banned, I think. But don't come up in here and start trying to sell me shit. All right, let's keep moving on.
We're going to code some basic CSS. If you need the materials today, right? You need the materials today. They are on our Discord, !Discord, or materials that you need to download for a few specific folders. One is this basic CSS 2, which is very similar to the one we did on Thursday, but it's not the same one. Basic CSS 2. And in this, there's an HTML file and there is a CSS file. If you look in the HTML, there are some comments, and these comments ask you to do different things. One says make the LIs blue, underline 15 pixels.
Do you have 4 open? Is that what's going on here?
Some ask you to do height.
No, this is class 5.
And so
that's where I went wrong. I just went to a thing and went to class 5.
They have
my bad
down all the science behind how adults, and specifically adults, learn. And they're going to give you all the tips and strategies you need.
Don't want to go to that either. Clicking too fast. Class 4. Thank you.
Cool. All right, folks, let's jump into it. Let's get into the mix. What is the internet? What is the internet?
Internet is a wire.
Nice.
Learn some simple style, font family, font weight. Let's code some basic.
All right. I want to code some basic CSS together. So in the materials from today, class for materials, if you need the materials on Discord in the follow along materials, there is a zip folder. You're going to download that zip and you're going to have those materials. Class for, drag this material, and it's going to open
Okay,
up
so
the
this is what we
entire
just did.
folder. Love having, but what that gifted to what you're you got CSS that I can open, and it's completely right. It's completely blank, right? Completely blank, completely blank.
Make sure we're on there.
If we look, and it's completely right.
No, we're still going through that.
Blank, right? Completely blank, completely blank.
Okay, so that's probably where we are. We're in relationships. So let's go ahead and jump over to parent-child relationships.
Leon, how do we target specific elements? All right.
All right.
Shields, thank you for stretch. How do we?
Let's go ahead and just
specific
go through
elements?
this with them.
Okay. Well, there are kind of some very key ways to target specific elements. You can use things called classes and IDs, which we'll get to next.
Classes, IDs, inline, which we don't use inline.
We're going to hint at them
CSS
tonight.
unless we work for Amazon, and then you can also have priority or important, or he has bang important.
For your homework and for
But
your lab today,
the only time you ever use that is if you have a client that needs stuff done and you have 10 minutes to get it done.
For the homework that you
then you go important
over the weekend. No classes,
so here you
no
go.
IDs. We'll get into the thick of them next week. I want you to
I can remember that, but I can't remember selector, declaration, declaration block,
knowing your relationship
value, and
down the line. So no classes,
the other one
no
I keep
IDs
forgetting.
For homework this weekend, just the select in our HTML. So we have paragraph. We call that.
So I want to skip through a little bit here, guys, because I want to get to the actual classwork.
That are direct children.
If you want to watch the whole video, hey,
now be read.
Go check out 100 devs, guys, for sure.
Just somewhere, and then you're gonna have relationship selectors after it. So that's why it's important to know your relationships first. Cool. We also have another type of relationship, and that's called a sibling. Get that open, right? That's what we're gonna do. Folder relationships. So in our starter code from today, that's on the follow along materials channel in Discord, we had a folder called relationship CSS,
and that's what we're about to do.
HTML
Yay!
File, and I'm going to open up the CSS file that's in the relationship CSS folder.
Make you small, my guy.
You can just drag the whole folder to VS Code. You can do folder open, whatever is easiest for you to get that open, right? That's what we're going to do. So I have this index.html, and I have a CSS file. Is my HTML and CSS file linked?
Yes.
I don't know why I keep drinking it so bad. Yes, it is linked. We can see our CSS
and they
file
didn't
linked
give you a
top.
hydration.
It is linked correctly, so we're all good. We can start writing our CSS. All right. If I wanted to target the H1, if I wanted to target the H1 and I wanted to make it purple, what would my selector be?
H1. Right?
It would just be H1, right? We don't have to worry about it. It'd just be H1, color, purple, and we would be good, right? We save it. Let's just check. Let's make sure everything's functioning well. Open it in the browser. Our H1 is purple. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Wonderful. Our H1 is purple, so we know our CSS is linked. It's working. We can jump into this and have some fun. All right. What if I wanted all of my H2s to be yellow? What if I wanted all my H2s to be yellow?
You would do section, and that's it.
Y'all think you cute. Y'all think you cute. I keep doing the hydrates because I don't like the T. Guess what? I ain't doing it. You wasted your channel points. You wasted your channel points. Hey, tell Byron I said what's up.
Sections, and then we'll do just go
I
color.
want all my H2s to be yellow. Yeah, it's pretty simple, right? We can just do H2.
And then go to yellow.
Color. Yellow. Beautiful. Save it. Let's go back.
Go ahead and
all
save.
My H2s are now yellow. Right? All my H2s are yellow. We got world, zebra, unicorn, and duck are all yellow. All right.
Right now, I'm not actually going back and
now
looking like he is.
What if?
Because I'm just following along with him.
I want it
to get to practice it.
World and zebra to be yellow, but not unicorn or duck.
Unicorn or duck. Well, I mean, you can technically
want it world and zebra,
do
but
article.
Not unicorn or duck. Let's take a look at it. All right. Well, world and zebra are inside of a section. So since world and zebra are inside of a section, maybe we can target it by just doing section H2. So let's try that first. Let's do section.
Okay.
Space H2, and let's make sure that let's make it something a little bit easier in the eye. Let's make them green. All right.
Section H2.
Or let's not do green. Sorry if you're colorblind for this one, folks. Let's make blue.
He wants to change it to blue.
But there we go. Make them blue. All right. Let's go ahead
That's black.
And refresh. Wait a minute. We had world, zebra, and unicorn turn blue.
Mm-hmm.
But I only wanted world and zebra to be blue. Why did unicorn also go blue? Let's look. We said section H2. Why did unicorn also get blue?
Because it's also H2. And we didn't target
exactly. If we
the
look,
H2.
What did I just do? If we look, this H2, right? This H2 is inside of a section.
Okay.
So this unicorn H2 is the child of a section. It is a child of a section. Just like these H2s are the child of this section, this H2 is the child of a section. However, this H2 is not a what kind of child. It's not what kind of child.
It's
not a direct child. If we look at these two H2s, they are both the direct child of the section. If we look at this H2, if we look at this H2, it is the direct
we
child
should be able to
article.
do.
So what we can do is we can go over here and we can say section
caret.
Right caret H2.
Okay, so there is a space.
Now we're only going to target the direct children. Only the H2s that are direct children of the sections. Only these two H2s are direct children of the section. This one is a grandchild. This one,
grandchild.
Not inside of a section.
No, inside of a section.
Save this. We should just see world and zebra being blue. Beautiful. World and zebra are blue. The unicorn is no longer blue. All right. What if I wanted what if I wanted unicorn and duck to both be, why can't I think of like colors? What if I wanted unicorn and duck to be red?
Well, couldn't you just do article
to be red? Okay, let's look at them. They're both inside of articles, right? So we can do article H2 and that should work. Let's go ahead and do that. Article H2. And let's go ahead and do color red. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and check it out. Unicorn and duck are both red. Beautiful. Unicorn and duck are both red.
All right.
I could have done it with the space, but I could have also done it with the right caret. Doesn't really matter here, right? They're both direct children
of articles.
So I could do the caret if I wanted to be a little bit more exact. or I could have been a little bit more flexible without the caret, right? Up to you. Does space matter? Not really too much. Spacing in your selector is helpful, but like this white space here and here is just preference. Cool.
All right, buddy.
All right. So now we got both of them red. What if I just wanted unicorn to be a different color? What if I wanted unicorn to be orange? What if I wanted unicorn to be orange? Semicolon and colon are critical. They are indeed. Yeah, we would have to do. We can get a little bit more exact here. We can say, give me the H2 that's inside the article that's inside the section.
Yeah.
If we look at duck, it's H2 inside of an article, but that article is not inside of a section. So let's go a little bit more specific here.
Section.
Let's say section.
And then article.
Article. H2. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and do
H2.
Orange, or sorry, orange. Color orange. Nice. Let's save it. Let's come back and let's refresh. All right. Unicorn is orange. Nice. First try. All right. Nice orange.
First try.
Something really,
I like that.
really cool just happened. Something really cool just happened. Let's look at this. What did we just use?
A string? I don't know.
Fine, got it. Nice. Yeah. We used the cascade here. Because
Cascade.
Look, if we get rid of this rule, let's comment this rule out, right? We comment it out. It's no longer be read by the browser. If we comment that out and we refresh, unicorn goes back to red. It goes back to red.
All right, cool.
But
so,
if I bring back,
I know he's going to do some more talking there, but let's go ahead and move on. I want everything saved. Let's go ahead and take a look at this live for ourselves, right? There you go. So ours matched him. That's awesome. Now, I know, did I keep the file open? I didn't. He wants us to make this on our own. He wants us to make this on his he wants us to write the HTML. He wants us to do everything for it. The only thing I don't know how to do is these little things right here. So what we're gonna do is come over here and we're gonna have to close all of this out. All right. Close. Now inside of this folder, and this is going to be the homework, I want to make a new folder, new file, new folder. I want to make a new folder, or do I want to make a new file? Just thinking to myself here. New file, new folder, new file, new folder. Because technically this is a file. Oh, this is a folder. This is a folder. This is a folder. So let's do a new folder. New folder. Let's go ahead and do homework. Class. 4. Let's go ahead and create that. And then inside of this one, we want to drag our logo into it. And then I want to make my HTML. Let's see. Or.html. All right. And then I want another one of, how does he have it? Hold on. So inside of this file, okay, so this is a folder. Okay, so he has to, and then inside of homework, I need to make another file. A new folder inside of my homework, and we're gonna do this style sheet. And then inside of that, we want style.css. All right. So we have our new folder. We got our HTML. Even though I think he had his, no, he didn't. All right. So style sheets. How does he name his? He just named it CSS. Let's rename that. Can we rename it? Yeah, rename. CSS. That makes sense. And then the style. All right. So now we have both of ours open. Awesome. What we need to have open now, we need to go ahead and have our picture. So you can use that as a reference. Good. We can go ahead and close this. Back to code. Let's go ahead and start this out. All right. Oh, that's in CSS. All right, switch over here. HTML. Let's go ahead and make ourselves our doc type. Tab out. Good. Let's go ahead and save. Inside of our head, we need to link our CSS. Link style sheet. I don't think we need a link style sheet. Because technically I don't have that named. Let's look back at one of the old HTMLs. So he has style sheet CSS/style.css. So, okay, so it always is a style sheet, I'm guessing. And then style sheet or Java or anything like that, maybe. Then our href. So let's go ahead and come back to our ours. We want to go to CSS. And then there we go. There we go. We're going to go ahead and save. All right. So how did he have this picture, right? So we have a header right here. Make this a H1. Let's work on that. let's work on that. So let's go ahead and throw in our H1 here. And okay, we can copy his text. Yes, we can. Copy. Paste. Save. And let's go ahead and open this up so I can look through it, right? Open live. There we go. Next up, he had us about. So I think that was a nav. Because it has a clickable link in it, right? So nav with a H3 or H5 or somewhere around there. Then a link. Let's give it a shot. And he had a nav. Inside of that nav, he had a href. How could I do that? Yeah. Href, and we're gonna go ahead and leave that one blank because we don't know where he went on that. But we do know it said about portfolio. Portfolio. Inside of that nav, I think he had a H4. About us. Let's go ahead and save, see what we look like. About us portfolio. Good. All right. And then now we can go ahead and do the image now. Or should we go ahead and do our H3, then our paragraphs. So outside of the nav, we had ourselves a H3, at least. And then what did it say on that? He said about us again. And then he had 2 paragraphs. So let's go ahead and do the paragraphs. And he had some lorem inside of both of those paragraphs. Delete that. Didn't mean to space you out, my friend. Alright, so H3, paragraph. And they were lorems. Alright. LOR. LO. Got a lorem. Another lorem. All right. Then it looked like he had another nav with 3 different clickable links inside of it, right? Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. So it had another nav. And inside of that nav, we had 3 places to go for links. That didn't work the way I wanted it to, because I forgot to put the 3. And those should have been separated. Although I wonder, I could probably leave that there. Alright? Hey, calm down. Or should we separate them? Yeah, let's separate them. Separate. Separate. Hashtag. Oh, you know, I remembered this. The Octothorpe. Octothorpe. That's what he calls it. Octothorpe. Octothorpe. But what do you have? Twitch. Twitch. YouTube. Twitter. Alright, so we have that. So we got our links inside of another nav. Go ahead and save. Alright, so that's what it looks like. And hey, cool. Don't know how we got that line between these, right? Now, since I have it like that, so good stuff. Oh, this link right here might not even be in a nav. Could be. Could very well be. But alright, so I think we got our HTML. We do need to add a link. I mean, an image. So outside of everything, let's go ahead and do our image. And let's go ahead and add the image of logo dot. There we go. And then animated logo of our instructor Leon. All right, let's go ahead and do save. And come on, picture. No logo, why is that? You know what I do want to do though? I want to move this. And I want to put it above this. There we go. Save. There he is. I see him. I see him over there hiding. Ooh, that's a big old Lego. That's a big old Lego. Haha. Lego. Lego. Logo. Alright, cool. So now HTML is done. Image, everything like that's done. So let's go ahead and go into our CSS. And from our CSS, first things first, he had a light blue background and he has a green border light blue background and a green border. So let's go ahead and do everything on the background first. So we're gonna go background. Backdrop. Background. The background would be our selector. Would background be our selector? Web page. Changing background color in CSS. MDN. Background color. Keywords, background color. What did I just do? Color? The uniform color background is rendering behind any background image that is specific, although the color will still be visible through any transparency in the image. Accessibility. Let's try just color. It doesn't like that either. Doesn't like that either. It's still to go background color, I guess. I don't know. First letter grammar. Let's just say blue for now. Blue. That's a broken link because it's not working. Okay. So that's not what we want. So how do we make a whole web page background? All right. Do we just call it CSS or HTML? Like selector HTML. Let's see. Now let's keep going. Div class, lorem, TSS. Base color, background color, property. H1. How to make a whole page one solid color CSS. How to set background color of the whole page in CSS. So you want the whole background one color. You must select the right component in HTML. There is a head, a body. Would it be body? Technically head would make the whole thing. With the document open, click the view button in the top or choose page thumbnail. Select thumbnail on a page with changes. Select document. No. How do you get the HTML document background blue in color using internal CSS? Don't need internal CSS. How do I change background color opacity in CSS? How do you background color? H1 element background color CSS. How do I set two background colors? How do I make background color gradient? Let's go ahead and try a few things here. Go ahead and go to CSS. Let's go ahead and just do a selector of head, right? Head. And then we're going to go background color. And it does look aqua to me. Actually, it looks aquamarine, maybe. Aquamarine? What do y'all think? Aquamarine or just aqua? I think aquamarine is a good choice. And let's go ahead and come over here. Go ahead and save. I don't think, let's make it more of a dramatic color. Save. Just change it to RGB. Are we linked correctly? Do believe so. So that did not work. Let's go ahead and say body as our selector. That's it. And we want to go ahead and bring this back to aquamarine. So body, it is that aqua, that's aqua white. I want aquamarine. Hey. You need to calm down over there, buddy. Aquamarine. Thank you. Save. Now. Do we need to fully match it, you think? I don't think that's aquamarine now. Maybe more of an aqua. Maybe more of an aqua, right? Getting closer. I bet you anything it's going to be absolutely something to do with transparency. But let's go ahead and just keep moving along, shall we? Alright, so body is that. So inside of our body, we also need a border. And then I don't know how big that border is. And it was green. Border. And then go to color of, let's just go ahead and make it 25 px, and then we want color green. Green, let's go ahead and save. Alright, I'll be right back because I heard we might not have company. I don't know, let me go find out. Never mind. Alright, so that's not what we want. How do we add unless I might have an idea. Let's go ahead and take this off. And let's go ahead and save it. Go ahead and back to our HTML. And then what we want to do is go ahead and put this whole thing into a section. Whole thing inside of a section. Go ahead and save that. Now come over here. Come down here and go to a section. So we want a selector of a section. All right. Now we want to add a border. I want it to be, let's go 30 pixels. And we want it to go ahead and be green. Save. Look at our picture. All right, let's look at our website, I mean. And no. You know what I want to do? Since he is so big, let us go ahead and resize our image right now and bring him down. So width, auto, height, fit content, save. That's not gonna work. See, width, height. Let's make them like 50 pixels. Let's do 50%. No, 20%. Get them small. Save. There we go. There we go. Let's get him small. That works better. And he was... Let's go ahead and... I'll mess with him in a little while. What I need is that... dang border. I like that, but let's go ahead and let's mess with him some more. He is all the way to the right, and he actually looks more like 40%, 30%, right? $30. Maybe 25. Close enough for government work. Let's sit there in 25. So we want to move our image to the right. Yes. What will auto do? Auto won't do anything. Right by, let's go 50% and just see what happens. Okay, so that's not working. Padding, position, fixed, relative, static, sticky, absolute, position right, maybe, relative, position, absolute. What does absolute do for me? That's gonna bring it on top of everything. Which I actually don't mind. Actually like that. What else is there? Position. Padding left, padding top, padding right. That didn't move him at all. All right, let's look it up. Moving image to right of page CSS. Moving image HTML, CSS code example. How to move image in HTML. How to move image with CSS, HTML, Stack Overflow. So he always says MDN. Image done by the URL, data type, gradient, data type, a page element function, a blending of two images or more, description. I just keep moving this down more and more, aren't I? How do we move that right? How do we move you right, little buddy? It might have to do with something with our text. So we need our paragraphs. Select your paragraphs, yes. I wish you would autocomplete that for me. Put P for position, POS. And then we don't want relative, do we? Relative. Save. Absolute. Save. No, that's not what we want. Position. Position left. Text align. Text indent, text rendering. Justify left, right, left. All right. That's not what we want. Might have to pick this up another day. Let's see here. So it's not that. So we got our image. We want to move him to the right, but we're not able to. How about image positioning CSS? Let's try that, shall we? Maybe. Previous overview CSS layouts. Next, positioning allows you to take elements out of normal document flow and make them behave. I think I'm getting a lot of calls this afternoon. Let's try this one, shall we? Position takes elements out of normal document flow and make them behave differently. For example, by sitting on top of one another or always same place inside the browser viewpoint. This is cool. Static positioning. Relative. Relative position is the first position type you'll take a look at. This is very similar to static positioning examples. Once positioned, elements have taken its place, normal flow, and can then modify its final position, including making it overlap. So do I need to go position relative and then move from there? All right, I want to take this phone call real quick. It's like the second time they've called me. I will be right back. All right, never mind. Whatever. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hey, man, what's going on? Make my cam full screen. What is going on? Hey, here we go. Progress. Is it better? Do we have some clarity now? Definitely better. Yeah. Exactly. How's it going, man? How's your day? How was your day? Take a break from me trying to figure out how to position this dang image. Have a little... Dang it. Another phone call. Hello? Oh, well. My frame rate, yeah. So, what I was doing wrong, I found out, was that I had it in manual mode, because everybody says set everything to manual mode, but... Okay. But it just messed up the picture for some odd reason, so... Switch it to movie mode, and then still have it in manual, so I still was able to pick everything out, and, that's all I had to do. Wow. They just keep going. So yeah, that's how I figured that out. Yes, and I could have told you because it's the same for my Sony. I also need a movie mode. Yeah, which is weird. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool, but yeah, I went to switch to movie mode, and obviously it's 100 times better. I mean, it's still at 1080, 60. Actually, it doesn't really say what it's at. It just says like PA or something like that. But then I up my no, I had it set that way. It's like 1/125 on my shutter speed. Yeah. And then I changed this to blue instead of purple. As if you noticed in the last time, for some reason, that purple is was doing the waves. Waves and waves and waves. Looks crystal clear now. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. They're calling me again. 5 missed calls. But yeah, how's your day, man? Right now, if you want to know how my day is going through my homework, which I'm gonna have to get off here not too long from now, but as I'm trying to move this guy. Great, thanks. Trying to move this guy to the right. All right. So basically, we're trying to recreate this page. This is what our homework is. HTML and all. So I don't think I got the color right, but whatever. Each to its own, right? I have a section border, which it's not showing up anywhere, so I'll have to figure that one out again. But yeah, so I had to write all the CSS out for it. And now we're styling it. I'm trying to move him to the right. So, and I think what I read is I need to go ahead and go position. And then it needs to be absolute. position absolute. Go ahead and save that. Look at the source of the correct page in Chrome. You can just right click. Wait. Look at the source of the corrected page in Chrome. You can just right click and use inspect. Well, I'm not using Chrome, I'm using Safari, but yes, I know I can go to inspect. And I could probably go over here and, oh wait, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about in here. This is just a picture. Yeah, this is just a picture, so I couldn't get the source from this. Yeah, I would have done that. I know what you're talking about. I would have done that. Now, maybe, just maybe, we can use a cheat code and do this. Well, no. That says add. Maybe I can go ahead. I was going to say, see if I can search the picture in Chrome. I mean, Safari, but nah. Obviously, this shows add. So, anyways, go ahead and get out of this guy. So, we want to move you to the right. So, from what I was reading, is if we make it relative, not absolute. Sorry. So if we make a if we relative position is the first position type, we'll take a look at. Okay, so you take a look at this is very similar to static positioning, except that once the positioned element has taken its place in the normal flow, you can then modify its final position, including making it overlap over elements. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to make this. Or not, let's try to make this. Let's make this relative. Okay, let's make it relative. And then from there, how do we move it to the right? Top left. Bottom left, right. Okay, introducing top left. But wouldn't it? Okay, we'll give it a shot, right? But I appreciate your help the other day, by the way. I really do. I mean, it was literally bugging the hell out of me when I stopped streaming that other night. I had to figure out what was going on. Like, I was supposed to go to bed. I didn't go to bed till 12 o'clock. I was researching it and to get it clear. So, I'm happy with it for the most part, you know. It's not 4K, but it's not like I can really stream 4K on Twitch anyway. Alright, so let's try this. Yeah. So let's go ahead and try this. Let's go ahead and go right. And let's go 40%. Or 40 pixels. Will you move for me? No. That went left. Okay. So you went left on me, by the way. So let's use left. Border left width. No, that's not what I want. Position left. Ooh, auto. You know what they need to make for some odd reason? They need to make this where you just go auto and then you can like drag the sucker over or something like that. All right, let's go ahead and do another 40. Actually, it didn't move that much last time, so let's go 60 and just go like outrageous. pixels, save, see what it does. That's what we needed to do. Now we need to get you all the way the hell over here. So let's go ahead and try 80 pixels. Wonder if I switch it to percent if it would be more dramatic. Let's go 60%. Yes, save. Got it. That's where we need it. Now we just need it to move down. I don't know. Let's go ahead and go down. Take off caps locks. D-O. Down. Or is it bottom? Would that be bottom? If bottom makes this guy go up. So right made it go left. Left made it go right. So let's try top actually. Top. And let's go ahead and go 30%. You didn't move for me. Saved. Yes, it saved. So we didn't move much there. Huh. Let's go dramatic, see if it moves for us. 60%. Didn't do anything. Give it a second. Manually refresh. Nothing. All right, let's go bottom. I mean, let's go, yeah, bottom. Bottom it out. %. Save. I wonder if everything other than that, like the padding of everything is preventing it from moving. All right, relative. Okay, then you can go top, bottom. Yeah, I should have just thought of that. You need to use the top, bottom, left, and right properties, which we'll explain in the next section. So it needs to be pixels. Even though I was able to do 60% on that other one, no, the value of these properties can take any units. You'll respect pixels responsibly, expect pixels, millimeters, percent, etc. If you know, save, refresh, you'll get a result something like this. All right. So absolute. Do absolute. Absolute puts everything on top. So You know what? Can you do... How many positions can you do? Well, I just moved it back over there. Gaps. It's a different behavior in a different way. Absolute position rather than positioning the element based on its relative position within the normal document flow. They specify the distance the element should be from a certain... Okay, so I think I might have to take off. I don't think I can do relative absolute. Let's try that. Okay, cool. That's where I want that. And then let's go bottom 60%. Save. That went up. I don't want it to go up. I want it to go down. So I need to change this to top. E, yes, top, good. Save. Down to 4, I think. Maybe, yeah. Hey, look at there, we're figuring it out. Let's go ahead and do 30%. Save that. That's exactly where we want it. Right? That looks about right. That looks good. I kind of want to move it. No, that's where we want it. Alright, so we got that. We got that saved. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to talk about our paragraphs. Right? We need to get our paragraphs, our about. Or we can start working on our... Still need to figure out how to make this border. Need to be able to make that border. Let's work on that. I still think that border needs to be inside of the body. So let's go ahead and delete this. Let's come over here. And it seems like it would be considered a border. Box size, border radius. What you want for your image is float. Float? To do absolute, because technically isn't it float now? No, I don't want to do the whole thing. FL. Oh, you want like float left, right? Add another property. So keep it absolute. Or you say you want a whole nother, you know what? There we go. So you want position absolute and then a position float? Or should I just add it to the absolute? Like float left. Gotcha. So take away all this. New line. But wouldn't that... Float left. Check example here. You gotta DM me it because I have that. I still have everything blocked. I forgot. That stretches him. Okay, float left, float right. To see assist float properties, specific how to elements should float. I see what you're talking about. Then I'll just take off all the... Technically, if I did float right... Okay, so if I did float right, then I would just take away all this positioning and everything like that. And then I'll just go... Let's just go ahead and save how it looks like that. So I can show my reset. Okay. And then you want float right is what I want. I still have a B in line 3. Ah, gotcha. So yeah. So instead of doing what I just did, you use float. But that's Flexbox, right? That's CSS Flexbox. Wouldn't that be what that would be? That's why it showed error. Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's CSS Flexbox, right? Float. Because the only reason why I say that is we haven't even got the Flexbox. And I don't know if I need to turn this. I think I do. I do have to turn this in. But he might be like, well, he did say there's some stuff in it that we're not going to know. And that we just need to research. So that's what I researched, right? Even though you helped me out. So I appreciate it. Float right, float left. Will make my image go to where it needs to go. And and you cannot use 30% for width height because it will stretch your image. So make it auto. The only bad thing is this sucker's gonna blow up really big again. See? That's the reason why I have it 30. Use only width 128. So take out the height. That works. I would like them a little bigger. Should scale automatically. Okay. Let's make them like 150. Or is it that's the width of the web page, so it just won't work? No, that works. He looks bigger, don't he? So we want width only. And then float right. Use 30% without height. That looks better. All right, cool. So width 30%, float right. Good. Now we need to figure out how do we... I appreciate that, by the way. How? Ugh. Now the question is how do we make this green border? And I was thinking it's body and then border. But I don't know if it's radius, border. You hate CSS? You know, it's interesting. I mean, it's what don't I have saved? What have I messed up already? It's interesting. It's not bad. I mean, once I get a hang of it, I mean, there's a lot of different I think it could be more streamlined, right? Like, have no matter what, like CSS 6. I don't know what we're on, CSS 3 or something like that, but have CSS 4 make literally everything float. It doesn't need to stay there. And you just say left, right, you know, and make it. I want the image go left. The image goes fucking left. Not let's do padding this, padding that, and you know, border width this, border width that. You know what I mean? Let's just make it simple. But for now, we gotta learn the way of the trade. All right. So we need to figure out how to make this green border right here. How to insert a green border on web page using CSS. Border property. But I don't want to put it around a paragraph. I want to put it around the whole section. So would I still use section and then use border? Border style, property specifics with the kind of border displayed. So this is the border that I'm actually looking for. So border style. Third one in. Border style solid. But this is all using a paragraph. So, I mean, would it matter if I'm using a section? Find out. So we're going to use a selector of section. And then we're going to go ahead and do border style. Greater shadow, bottom, top, left, right, blah, blah, blah. Style. And then that solid border is going to be solid. Let's go ahead and save and see what it does. There we go. Sweet. But we do need to move the padding out. And we also need to make it green. So let's go border color. Would it be style? Width of color. There it is. And we need to make it green. There we go. Does that look like the green he used? No. What kind of green is that, you think? How thick do you think that is? Let's go ahead and go to hexadecimal because I know he likes that. looks about like the green that he's using, and let's go ahead and enter that. Looks good. Let's go ahead and save. That looks like his green almost. All right, so we need to go ahead and add we need to go ahead and bring it down. So let's go ahead and go width, right? Like you told me. Let's go width, fit contents, or auto. Let's try auto. Nope. Width. Did that already? Fit contents. Max contents, min contents. Wouldn't it be just nice when it like knows if it knew just to like stretch itself out? It's not it either. Width 25%, 35%. Let's go with 35%. Save. That's definitely not it. But it did get everything that we need inside of there. So let's go 150. That's just moving everything around for me. 100. That looks about right. Actually, that's a little bit smaller. So let's go 70. $80. 80%. Leon, why do you keep moving with the damn border there? And that's what you're going to do. You're just going to keep moving with the border. Alright, so I don't like that. Don't like that. Because technically, Leon needs to come in. Or that border needs to get a lot bigger, but he just keeps going with the border. He needs to stay right there and not move. Tell you what, Leon, this homework right here is definitely a whole bunch of let's figure stuff out, right? Playing around with different things. Let's go ahead and go bottom. And let's go ahead and bring that down 100%. And save that. Okay, that's not making that box any bigger. By doing that. So that's not what we want. That's not what we want. Bet you anything it's top that I need. It is not top. So it's going to be height and width. Not even going to be height, is it? I am stuck, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and figure this out. How to resize border. Can you resize this border? Unless I go to border style solid. And there's auto? No. Am I messing it up by just saying height? Border radius. Border top, border bottom. That could be what I'm messing up on there. So we want bottom. Border size. Put a border size first. And that's box size. Yeah, box size. No. Border top. 50. Yeah, 50 money. That's what we want. 50 money. Did that work? So bottom. At least it definitely flexes, right? That's not what we're doing here. We want style solid, border bottom 50%. Could automatically be 50%. Let's just go 150. See if we get any kind of style change out of it. No, we don't. We are stumped on this one. How to resize border CSS. Border box size property. Box size, border box, box sizing, border box. Browser supports. Box size, border box, a div, box size. So, is it a box that we're using and not a border? Let's go ahead and try box. Now it still needs to do border. Sure. Ah, I made it round. How did I do that? There is my HTML. Uh-oh. My bit rate fluctuated real quick. But yeah, I can inspect the page. Look at section. Hold on. That's my nav. Inside of my section. Okay, so see that image flow out of your section. Yes, I can see that it's going out of my section. Well, it's actually inside of my section now, kind of. Right? Unless you're asking me to take it out of my section, take the image out of the section itself and make it its own. No. Yes, section needs to grow so everything can fit into it. Okay. So section flex, maybe? All right. Our float flex or float auto, or let's do this. How to make a section grow CSS. I don't think that's proper. Section flex. I mean, how to make Cascading style sheet MDN properties. Flex grow. Would that be it? You can always try. Flex your wrap. Display flex. Oh, why did I do that? Display flex. Okay, so we got it to get in there. And it's flexed to everything. But all of our other stuff has moved, like our image. Because this needs to go to the right. Now, if I start working on my paragraphs, maybe it will, no, it wasn't what we really wanted there. But maybe if I can go ahead and get the, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go to, we got one H1. That H1, that's still underneath the section. H1, H4, and href are all before my paragraphs, right? It doesn't really matter. All right, so H1, H4, the H1, H4 are link. Can I use what? Clear both on my section? I mean, on the clear both after. Okay. Clear. And on both. Nothing. Line 8. Oh, yeah, my bad, my bad. Good call, good call. What was that? Clear. Okay. Oh. Nothing. That did not work. But display flex. Border solid. Green. Take out display flex. Well, at least it gets it back over there to the right. Gets it outside of our border, though. Oh, what did I do that for? Oh, well. So. As you said, you hate CSS. So it gets our image back to where we want it. And that's why I was trying to get... Because I think we need to make this border go down. And that's why I was trying to think of... Because if we get the border down, we don't have to mess with the about. Well, we don't have to mess with the second about us. All we'll need to do is bring the head H1 center. Let's go ahead and just do that now. Let's figure that out. So we need to go text align, text might not have text center. There we go, text center. Oh, that didn't work. It should. It should. Oh, there we go. So text center. So that's where we need that. Okay. We need the H4 is good where it's at as of right now. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. So we need this guy. We need our... No, hold on here. Why does that look different? That's a H3. That's why it's different. Okay. So now we need to go ahead and come over here. Boom, boom. Let's just delete these. No, let's not delete those. Yes, let's just delete them. Just to know where we're at. So we're right here. We're at our H1. And we need our H4. Ooh, how are we going to do that? let's go ahead and just delete that, and we'll go up here and come up to our H4. And we need to go ahead and text align that. Our text center. Text align center. Center. That should move over. One day. There we go. Well, doesn't really need to be center per se. But let's go ahead and just do our portfolio. So that was going to be our A. We need to go ahead and text align that guy. Center. The question is how do we get it how are we going to get it like this? Because I know technically, are you not going to center over there for us? Is it not considered a text align? I mean, because couldn't we go ahead and do the about us? Where are we at? Right here. Go about us. And then wrap it, right? We can go ahead and do a H4. And then we can go ahead and do the about us. Go ahead and close. Why would you close the nav? Nav is already closed. Alright, then we can go ahead and take this guy, cut him out of there, and save him. Come over here, CSS. Take out this guy. Save that. Eventually you'll catch up. Wow, this is going to be a long YouTube video, I'll tell you what. And you're not wanting to align. Why is that? let's go ahead and do this now. As I'm starting to be like, you know what? Getting to that point where you just gotta step back from it. But now we can go ahead and center. Normal. I just want the whole thing to move over. Will that work? No. Unless I do maybe make ourselves a center and then go to A and then go to text align, or would it be text declaration? No. Text align, center, save. Dang it, you're not moving for me. You're not wanting to move for me. All right. Well, unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to stop it right here because I got the in-laws coming over. Hal, I appreciate you stopping by again, man. I appreciate your help trying to learn this stuff. You hate CSS. I don't mind it so much so far. I just got to figure it out. Obviously, I mean, there's so many different things that I'm gonna have to learn, you know, per se, of trying to get it like perfect, right? What I need to do is, I think I need to just sit here and just literally mess with everything, go through the whole charts of like, okay, this is what this does, this is what that does, you know. But otherwise than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here for the night. Hal, I appreciate it once again stopping by and helping me out. You sir have a good night, day, morning, afternoon, wherever you're from. And remember, keep looking up, man. That's where it all is. Later.